It's your man Jay Gray's report, and welcome to the 2016 college football season. Y'all know how we get it in, so let's get it in. Now, I know you boys see these fresh new glasses your boy got on for 2016. Couldn't see a thing, bruh. So in the off season, had to get glasses. Now, let's go on and do this like we do it. Now, to start the season off, you know we got to do the college football top 10 season preview. Now, what I do is take the college football top 10, the way these fake media types will put it together, and tell you how I really feel about it. Now, let's start off like this. We got number 10, the Notre Dame Fighting Chamillionaires. I know you saw these boys riding dirty about a week ago. Season ain't even started yet. 5 Notre Dame football players get arrested for riding dirty. Boy, they pull up on a boy speeding, doing 73 in a 60, and all of a sudden, they smell the weed in the ride. So what they do? They call the dogs out. When they call the dog, they looking for the weed and the gun, bruh. And what did they find? The weed and the gun. Oh, dog, Notre Dame, leprechaun in the back seat, all disheveled, pants on backwards, looking crazy, been drinking and smoking all day with these boys. Notre Dame dull already, got the nerve to be in the top 10. They had 5 boys get a marijuana charge, and then they had 3 cats take a gun charge, possession of a handgun. And how in the world do 3 cats have possession of 1 gun? Now, you just explain that to me. So, for that reason, Notre Dame about to be dull this year. Now, granted, their schedule not that bad, so they should be all right. I don't know if they're a top 10 team today because they was dull, even though some of these cats weren't starters, some of them were. It's dull. Now, let's move on to number 9. We got the Tennessee Volunteers. Old Bush Jones got these boys rolling. They're coming off a 9-4 season in 2015. They're coming off an Outback Bowl blowout of Northwestern. Beat the brakes off of them 45-6. And they got a senior quarterback in Joshua Dobbs. Now, this boy is the real deal. Most quarterbacks don't stay 4 years. So you got a 4-year quarterback. He's an aerospace engineer, something crazy like that. His brain is bigger. He 2 helmets for the brain he got. So this year should be the year that Tennessee make a move. Tennessee is playing in the doggone SEC East, so it's dull. You got dull South Carolina, Vanderbilt, Georgia, Mizzou, Kentucky, dull. So they should be able to win the East. If they don't win the East this year and make it to the SEC championship, they're going to be dull for the next 3 or 4 years because quarterback play is pivotal. And these boys got Joshua Dobbs to be able to make a move. Now, let's go on to number 8. We got Stanford in the building. From the Pac-12, they come off a 12-2 season. They come off a Rose Bowl blasting of Iowa. And Christian McCaffrey is in the building. Now, this is the dun that should have won the Heisman Trophy last year. Everybody player hate on this boy because he a white boy running the rock. But I'm going to tell you, this white boy can run the rock. So look out. Watch yourself. Get off that foolishness. Look at this cat this year. He broke Barry Sanders' all-purpose NCAA all-purpose yards record last year by 600 yards, bruh. Think about what I'm saying. Barry Sanders, he blasted him by 600 yards, and you trying to tell me he shouldn't have won the Heisman? So he is at the top of the Heisman list. With him running the rock, Stanford is a good situation to be at number 8, and they may even be a better team than number 8, but we'll see once these boys strap it up. Now, let's go on to number 7. We got the Michigan Wolverines with old Doug Jim Harbaugh wearing them Doug khakis. Hey, I got a problem with Jim Harbaugh this week. First of all, he was Doug when it came to responding about Colin Kaepernick. He gonna say that he didn't respect the man's motivation or his action. The man has a right to do what he do. We're not gonna get into that foolishness. But when he showed up at practice the next day and 80 players on the team look like Colin Kaepernick, he say, well, I need to straighten this out, bro, because I got to go and recruit and go into Big Mama's house at some point this week or next week when these boys come in for recruits. Big Mama's going to be saying, hey, aren't you the same coach that said you didn't respect the kids' motivation and action? So he tried to clean that up. Now, Michigan on the field should be a good team. Because you think about it, ain't nothing in the Big Ten this year but Michigan, Ohio State. Michigan State about to fall back because Michigan and Ohio State are back. That's the only reason Michigan State was in running things in the first place. Now that Michigan has restored the order, Michigan State about to be dull again. Now, let's move on to the next team. Number 6, we got Ohio State coming off a 12-1 record from last year, coming off a nail-biter losing to Michigan State at the end of the season. Didn't get into the Big Ten championship game. Couldn't go to the national or the Final Four. Urban Meyer got these boys rolling. We're not even worrying about Ohio State, so we're going to move on. Now, let's talk about number 5, LSU. Now, again, all these boys want to break down and send LSU to the top 5. Always send the SEC team to the top 5, to the top 10, because they're in the SEC. Remember last year they had these boys ranked high? They was all the way at the number 2. Then all of a sudden, them boys went down to Tuscaloosa and got drugged up and down the field 30-16 and lost 3 straight. Mike the Tiger was trying to run the man had out of town. They had put his house up for sale, had the U-Haul outside, dude, doing a yard sale when he came home from work, dude. Hey, but this year, I don't see them falling apart because they still got Leonard Fournette, who's a real deal, who's a beast back there. He ought to be able to get it done and make it happen. Let's go to number 4. We got Florida State coming off a 10-3 season. They lost to Houston in the Peach Bowl, but they got Dalvin Cook, ultimate running back for these boys. They playing in the ACC, so they shouldn't have any difficulty until they run into Clemson. So they only really playing one game, so these boys should be all right to stay in the top 10 for most of the season unless they just go dull on the board. Now, number 3, we got Oklahoma coming off 11-2 season, getting blasted in the Orange Bowl by Clemson and old Brent Venables. Y'all know Brent Venables, the defensive coordinator at Clemson, was a defensive coordinator at Oklahoma that couldn't hold water, couldn't stop a doggone nosebleed. Now he go to Clemson and he getting busy. I give him his props, but Oklahoma is one of those teams, they're going to look good all season. They're going to get in the bowl game and be dull because it happens all the time. Now, let's move on to the next team. We got number 2, Clemson. Clemson coming off a 14-1 season. They lost to Alabama in the national championship, but they got Deshaun Watson back at the quarterback. They playing in the ACC. They shouldn't have any difficulty, bruh, repeating, getting back to the national championship game. And in this year, hey, put your money on Clemson to do some major things this year. I don't know if they're going to beat these boys from Alabama, though. Alabama is the number 1 team in the country. Coming off a 14-1 national championship, and let's keep it real, all the way 100, whichever comes first. They got Nick Saban and Lane Kiffin holding it down. Until Alabama gets beat, you can't bet against these boys. Now, stay tuned for the rest of the season. Every Thursday, I'm going to do the college football preview. And every Sunday, I'm going to do the recap. And I'm going to make it extremely funny. So if you want to laugh and you like college football, holla at your man Jay Graves Report from the JGravesReport.com. Or you can hit me up on Twitter at JGravesReport so you can holla at your boy.